Hi, my name is Dariusz, and today I would like to show you how to create JavaScript CLI system tools with Taon. So with Taon, you will be able to create your first terminal application, command line application that's going to use underneath JavaScript, obviously. But you're going to use Taon to create it and to develop it. So first of all, let's create a new Taon project for that purpose. So let's call our CLI or maybe my amazing CLI. My amazing CLI. I think it's a good name. So let's create a new Taon project with Taon command line tool. So now let's open this project inside Visual Studio Code. Let's just open also the terminal. And CLI.ts, in that file you've got entry point for your CLI application. And when you go to the start CLI, you've got start CLI file. That is actually your main function that is being executed after you type my amazing CLI. So let's try it. I'm typing my amazing CLI, but obviously now this command is not found because we need to link this command globally with Taon. So let's use command taon link globally. And right now, as you see, maybe I will show you in the different terminal. My CLI, my amazing CLI. You see, we've got new command inside our system, my amazing CLI. But probably now, obviously, there will be error because we haven't built the whole project. So let's build the project Taon build watch lib, build watch library. And let's wait a second, and we should see this message in console. Maybe let's output hello from my amazing CLI. So yeah, let's clear and voila. We've got our first CLI tool. But right now, this CLI tool is only available on our machine. And why not to publish this CLI to npm library so anyone can use it just by installing it globally like this. npm-i-g my amazing CLI. So let's publish our CLI with Taon, obviously. And to do that, probably we need to check if on npm.js side there is something called my amazing CLI. I think there is no such a package, so we should be able to publish this package with okay, let's also commit our changes. So actually command taon global link creates special, I would say, special files inside the bin folder in our application, in our project, in our taon project. And with these special files, we can do lots of things. We can also debug our CLI, which I'm going to show you in a second. But right now, let's just push it to the npm. So we've got this My Amazing CLI project published. So let's type taon release. And with taon release, we're going to use manual release, npm tool, patch release, our default environment for our npm CLI tool. I think it's okay, so we can use default. We are logged into npm, and let's build a project. It's going to take a while because of, it's going to take, I would say, 2 minutes for everything inside a release build. Because not only we are building a backend, frontend. Actually, we could just only have a backend code for our CLI tool. This is the only thing we need. But because of taon architecture and because of a taon npm structure and because of this isomorphic architecture, when we are shipping backend and frontend inside npm packages, we need to build everything, every type of code is generated by taon. So yeah, also we are building production code. We're not going to use production CLI in this project, but in this particular project, but I will explain what it means taon production in different videos. So right now, everything looks solid. We can also open. We can also check our code before publishing to npm. So as we see, everything looks good. Is everything okay? Okay. We are going to continue, push changes. No, we are not pushing to the master because this project is actually not inside GitHub or anywhere. Just bump the version, publish to npm. Not able to. This package is marked by default as private, so let's make it public. And let's release it again. And actually, to speed up the process and not deal with again with this command line tool menu that is convenient at the beginning, but we should make it. We should use something smarter with taon. So by default, you've got prepared tasks in taon.jsonc that will allow you to publish to npm with just one command. And this one command is taon automatic release npm. You can do that, but also you can do taon ar npm. And we are actually going to use this taon ar npm command. But actually before that, let's just add this, my amazing CLI. Let's add this project to GitHub, because why not? So we are going to create a repository. My amazing CLI. Public repository. Okay. And we can copy this, add to our project. And we can actually, with taon, you've got so many amazing command line features that make your life really easy. So for example, what I just did, I've pushed char update commit to GitHub with just by doing that. And yeah, right now we can actually perform our release. So let's do taon ar npm. And this is going to build everything again for purpose of release. Actually, because of this is your local project and it is not continuous integration in the sense that I mean, normally on server you would have. That's why I would like to explain you that this, don't worry about those git changes here. These are actually expected changes, because taon before release is stripping down some of the files, because some of the files you can mark them to not be included inside npm for some reason. Like, for example, you can keep some kind of a API keys for your, I don't know, Google login, and you don't want this to be inside npm because there is completely no reason for that. For that to be this thing in the npm. So actually, for example, yeah, Electron app, as you see here, it's completely empty because taon build process before releasing is removing all the code related to app Electron. But as you see, after release, we've got again our Electron code. I mean, in taon, you've got two possibilities. You can have your continuous integration when you are releasing project by just triggering build on taon cloud, which I'm going to explain in a different video, but you can have also this local release, which is, I mean, for the beginners, and in 80% of time, you'll be fine with just this local release. So my amazing CLI is now available. We can check on the npm.js. Okay, probably they've got some kind of caching, so it's not available. Oh, or probably it is available, but we just have to do that. Yeah, we've got created with taon my amazing CLI. Obviously, we've got even a link to the repository. Everything is out of box with taon. So right now we can even install -g my amazing CLI. We can install our CLI from npm, and we can check if our mission of creating CLI in JavaScript is success or not. Oh, something is wrong. Confine reflect metadata. Migration. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just fix it. So actually what happened, we forgot to bundle our whole package. So let's just add some release flags. For CLI. Right now we are just using we are not bundling the whole CLI inside one file. That's why our CLI is failing from npm. As you see here, our CLI is by default, yeah, it is a very small file that is pointing to index, and in index we've got a bunch of things. So let's include whole modules, our CLI, and let's just remove all other stuff from this. Let's update the project. And let's release it again. Or maybe the best way to just release your app is to remove all code that is not needed for release. So this thing, and we're going to just left the start CLI. Okay, looks good. We've removed all the not necessary code that we need. Probably I'm going to do some kind of a flag for just creating project that is perfect, clean for just straight CLI publishing. Okay, so let's just update our project, and let's just release it again. I'm going to pause and I'm going to come back when it's done. One more thing, actually with taon, what we have here, we had this backend flag to remove this imp export from browser compilation, but we actually need something for browser compilation. So one more thing that we're going to do now is we're going to remove this backend flag. And with this, we can release finally. So we are almost done. We are publishing, and now we can check our amazing CLI. We can do npm -g my amazing CLI, and we can install version, I think 0.7, and we can do my amazing CLI, and voila, we are using bundled CLI. This meaning these things comes from npm, and now we've got so much power. We can do our CLI. Here we can extend our CLI, and we can release it with just one command, taon npm, taon arnpm. We can release it, new versions every time. And yeah, that's something. CLIs are really powerful. Obviously with taon we can debug our CLI. So let's just create, let's just check if we can do that. We can debug our CLI, but for that purpose I'm going to link again our taon project. This project, I need to link it globally instead of npm version. So I will do taon link global, and this is going to overwrite npm version of my amazing CLI. So with this, I can check again my amazing CLI. You see, now there is no this information about bundled CLI, and right now we will be now we will be able to debug our CLI. So let's do this with debug break. Let's select the proper attach to debugger, and yeah, we have, when we hit this and press this, first of all, with debug break, there is actually difference between debug and debug break, and sometimes in new JavaScript, debug break, usually I use debug break, which means I'm going to get this initial step when I'm debugging every time instead of going straight here, because of a JavaScript just behaving sometimes a little bit weird when you can trying to debug it, and debug break is more, I would say, more robust. You actually you'll be 100% sure that your VS Code is not going to miss this debugging breakpoint. But yeah, just Let's just check. Okay. Right now, as you see, we hit the debugger. We can step over to the next line and we can see we've got file name. We can just do a standard VS Code debugging, which is pretty nice. Okay. That would be all for this video. Please enjoy creating CLI in Taon and TypeScript and have a good day. And by the way, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button.